Hey, what's going on, everybody? Phantom on a budget here, and while I'm not doing anything for you guys for Halloween, Phantom-wise, I thought I would give you a little look at what I'm doing for a local haunted house here in Japan. I said I had a little bit of experience with special effects stuff, and I got put in charge of making all the blood. So, Halloween's just around the corner, so, but if you haven't had time to run out and get some fancy special effects fake blood, rest assured you still have options to make it at home. So you have a couple different types of blood that you can make. You can make the really kind of runny or bright red kind of arterial blood, or darker kind of venous blood. You can make scab blood, which stays put. You can make it a little bit more runny. It just depends on what look you're going for and what you have for supplies. So, but if you go to your local grocery store, you can get pretty much all of this. So, because we're doing a haunted house, I need plenty of blood to cover some actors with, as well as some sets and some costumes. I made a few different batches. So, what I have here is the edible blood that I made. Let's see, that's what it looks like. This is a little on the thicker side. I want it to be able to run, but I don't want it to look really thin and watery. So this is just a base of corn syrup. So Caro syrup if you go to the grocery store. So corn syrup base with cornstarch over here, and about 2 spoonfuls of that, and some Hershey's cocoa. So if you look up on the internet, there are actually no kidding recipes with measurements and everything. I pretty much just eyeball it. So I threw the whole thing of Caro syrup in here and just added a few spoonfuls of cornstarch to help thicken it, and the cocoa powder to add some, to deepen it up a little bit and add some texture. And then it's a lot of food coloring, as you might imagine. So predominantly red. Get a little assorted food coloring batch like this, and it comes with red, comes with all the colors, right? So you'll do mostly red, but also a couple of drops of blue to do like deepen it up, and yellow as well. Some people add green. I didn't. I just made sure I kind of kept it balanced. So for every drop of blue that I added probably 5 or 6 drops of red, if not more. And really just kind of played with it until I liked where the color was at. I think one of these batches is a little bit deeper than the other one on purpose, so I can have different colors. That's what it looks like when it's been sitting in the refrigerator for a few hours. This batch is about 7 or 8 hours old. So I thought, because we're using this tomorrow, I'd take it out and give it a stir. So if you stir it up, it looks ready to go, like that. If it sits, it kind of has that bubbly, almost kind of coagulated look to it, which is kind of funny, because real blood, when it sits in a pool like that, can get kind of foamy on top, so it's just kind of a neat little effect. And this is pretty great. So if you are doing like a haunted house, or you're making fake blood for friends, for a party or something, just make sure you label it accordingly. So here I have it obviously labeled, it's edible fake blood, and the ingredients, in case anybody might be allergic to any of those ingredients, it's right there on the container. Very important if you're working with a lot of people, especially like a haunted house can be. You know, when it's all volunteers, it can kind of be a little bit hectic, so you just want to make sure you're covered, and people know what they can put in their mouth, and what's in it, and what they can't put in their mouth. So that's all the edible stuff. It's very chocolatey. If you taste it, it's obviously a lot of cocoa powder in there, so it just tastes like a really super sweet chocolate syrup. So that's good stuff if you like chocolate. Over here, I made a couple different batches of scab blood. So what I wanted was to, you know, for actors that needed something a little bit thicker, that wasn't going to run, for like a wound or something, I made this, and this is predominantly made at the base is hair gel. It's a cheap old hair gel that I found in the store, and added some cornstarch to this as well to help thicken it up a little bit. And again, went at it with the food coloring, so a lot of red and quite a bit of blue for this particular batch. It's a darker batch that I have. So when it's, you see it's got a nice, really deep red, but if you thin it out a little bit, it's still perfectly bright. So I can layer that up and make it look really deep, or spread it out and have it look like a really fresh wound. So that's pretty cool. And that's gonna stay put. I put it on my hand, I tested it out, and it worked pretty great. So that's just, again, it's hair gel with some cornstarch and food coloring. So that's a great option for those that want to do their own homemade scab blood or blood gel. And again, that's labeled, that's the dark, but yeah, not edible, don't eat it. So, and then over here I have the blood that we're going to use on some of the costumes and some of the sets. So again, appropriately labeled, fake blood, don't eat, you'd be surprised, not edible. And this is a base of actually liquid soap, just your standard liquid soap, just dumped into a container. And then it's just a lot of food coloring, again predominantly red, but also plenty of blue, so I wanted it to look nice and deep, and some yellow as well. So you'll see it's got some pretty good color to it, but this is some stuff that's going to run a little bit more, and going to be great for dressing up the sets and the costumes. So go to the store, have at it, mix up some stuff, and have fun for Halloween this year. I do have some syrup here in the background because you can, if you want to, you can use chocolate syrup as a base as well. And then you can go ahead and just add, you know, food coloring to that and see how you like it. If it needs to be thicker, put more of the cornstarch in. Ta-da! And go to it. A lot of this is just figuring it out. So yeah, if you want a recipe, use Google. There are a ton of recipes out there for fake blood, edible, not edible, and just give it a go. Have fun. I had a blast, and I'm glad that I'm done making this, and it's going to be a lot of fun using it tomorrow. Alright, happy Halloween, everybody.